Hey, beautiful people. I'm Mila.
Hey y'all, I'm Monica.
And thanks for joining us. How are you doing this wonderful evening, sis?
I am aligned, I am balanced, and I got some clarity, y'all.
Ooh, girl, wait. Okay, that is quite appropriate for this wonderful weekend that we're going to have ahead of us and for the week ahead. So I like that clarity piece to the balance and alignment.
Uh
So.
got my look, I got my ABCs. You get you some.
Okay, well, did you go out and get you some of those Leo full moon rays on you this last weekend on the 5th and the 6th?
You know I did, girl. I can feel it. Yeah, girl.
Okay, so well, honey, because I like you said the
I'm,
clarity, the balance and alignment and clarity.
I'm charged up. Let's go.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Well, normally I'm the one that's excited, but I like that you charged up and ready to get this thing done. Of course, this week we are going to be talking about one of our favorite topics is aunties, honey, love, relationships, dating, things that matter, as well as it is the Super
Love
Bowl
is
this
no
weekend.
limit.
Yeah, girl, I got that. And it is, of course, the Super Bowl. So I feel like this is going to be a wonderful, good time. So be prepared to laugh. Grab your libation, because we're here now. We're
Herbs,
whatever floats your boat, because
candles,
we're about to. Oh, I'm going to say all of that because
hot
we're going to get
cocoa.
into it. Okay, wait. So, kind of getting started. First things first. Let's just get the official housekeeping out the way. This Sunday, the 12th, is going to be the American Super Bowl with good old fashioned American football. It will be the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So NFC versus AFC. And I am, of course, rooting for the NFC because that's what the Seahawks belong to. And, I just am going to be rooting for the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. So go Eagles, go.
Well, right, you're the football connoisseur of this because you know I'm unless somebody invite me, girl, I'm gonna be at home. I got work to do. Like
Okay.
I got
You
stuff to do.
you are blessed and booked, but I will say this. I like the way you said if someone invites you, you're going to get a few Super Bowl invites. So be prepared. I just basically gave you the gist so that when you go there, even though you are a novice, you can go, well, I know who's playing. I know about, Patrick Mahomes. I know about, I can give you a little names so you're at least aware of what's going on because without a doubt, your dance card stays full, so I'm sure you will be getting several invites to Super Bowl events. So how exciting. Do you like to go to Super Bowl parties? Have you been to a Super Bowl party before or tell me about
Mm,
it?
yeah, back in the day, but you know, I'd be in the back, you know what I'm saying? You know, having conversations. Like I'm not really watching, you know, I don't really follow football like that. So
Oh, and I respect that. I respect that. I mean, I have been at Super Bowl parties where they kind of expect the women to do that, like, oh, go over there and talk in the corner or go
mhm.
make the snacks. And that's cool because sometimes you're feeling it. Like if it's a year where I'm not really that into the teams, I can do that. I can kind of partially watch and then kind of partially socialize. But when it's a team that I care about, like the Seahawks and different things like that, oh, on those Super Bowl moments, I don't even really like to go to people's parties because I want to be so into the game and watching the halftime show and then watching what I want to watch, and seeing that commercials that I want to see and snacking the way I want to snack and yelling at the TV if I need to yell at the TV, crying if I need to cry, standing up and pacing like a crazy person. It's all part of my football process. And
Right.
so yeah, I don't like if it's really a team I care about. I don't know if I even want to go to that party, but I do like a good football party, like I said, if I have no skin in the game, you know?
I think maybe the last time I did actually watch was when Beyonce was the halftime show. What was that, like 2 years ago?
Yeah, honey, yes, Beyonce's been the halftime entertainment. And, our girl's having another fantastic week. I mean, breaking Grammy records, 32. She now holds the record for the most Grammys awarded to any person,
She
male, female,
sure.
whatever your thing is, your pronoun, she got them all. Beyonce is
She
queen.
should have got the album of the year, but that's a whole political issue.
Yeah, girl, girl, you know it, you know it. I am in 100% agreement with that topic.
I
But the first
mean,
time,
Kanye wasn't wrong when he did it the first time.
yes, because I mean, even though I know they're saying here, the Harry Styles album, that one was great, and I mean it's fun, but Beyonce's Renaissance. That's all I'm gonna say was Renaissance. Uh, but the first time she performed at the Super Bowl was after Hurricane Katrina, and she blew out the power for 30 minutes. Beyonce shut it down on another level, and then she's had her more recent performances at the Super Bowl, and then she came out as a guest with Coldplay because they needed help. I mean, if she didn't come out and help them out, I mean, and I like Coldplay. I mean, they needed that saving though. So I will be excited to see Riri. Rihanna is gonna, bless the stage. So it should be entertainment. That's why I said it should be a good Super Bowl this year. So I'm definitely here for it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, like I can't wait to see her guests. I can't wait to see it all. We'll be talking about it a little bit in the upcoming week. But enough of that, enough of that. We have been waiting, girl. I mean, stories, moments, scenarios have been coming to us left and right. The universe knew it's Valentine's Day week. It's Valentine's Day week. Oh, so love and shenanigans are in the air, Monica. They're in the air. Girlfriend, where you want to get us started at? Because you know what I sent you. I sent you a message called jerks and the stuff, but
Jerk-ish.
yeah, jerkish.
uh well, first, you know what? Let's see how much people is spending out here in these streets for Valentine's.
Okay, yes,
Uh
that's what I want to know because Valentine's Day is big business, but it is inflation. Like I said, it is Super Bowl weekend. There's other ways to spend your coins this year, so I am
mhm.
very curious about that. I said that's a number we want to know about. Let me
Yeah.
see. If I had to give a mad
What are
guess,
you gonna guess? Go ahead.
I because sometimes they do it by average, like on average people are spending $175. I say maybe this year, like I said, there's inflation. There's other things to do. Maybe 150.
Well, I'm reading from Forbes, so I did see an article published in 2022, which it
Mm-hmm.
was 175 was the average, but the
Mm-hmm.
overall spending for the day,
Mm-hmm.
consumer spending are expected to spend 25.9 billion on Valentine's Day. It's up 8%
Oh.
over last year. And they
Hmm.
said this year consumers embrace spending on friends and loved ones, and retailers are ready to help customers celebrate Valentine's Day. I know they are. So I think
Mm-hmm.
more people are actually spending it on their friends and family too, not just, romantic love and
Yeah.
relationships.
I feel that.
Um
I feel that. One of my better Valentine's Day was a Galentine's Day I had with the homegirls, and it was great. We went to a nice little dinner on the waterfront, and
mhm.
Kiki and I appreciated their energy. One's man was working. Anyway, yeah. I mean, it was good. It's like it's not that people didn't have sweethearts. We just chose to hang out with each other, and it just set a precedent. It was great. So I get
Yeah.
that. I get that. I feel that vibe. Show
And that's
love to the.
actually what that's what I plan on doing. We're just a couple of my girlfriends, we're just gonna get together, take ourselves out to dinner
Mhm.
to a place we really want to go to, get dressed up, get
Mm.
sexy,
Get cute. Okay.
get cute, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how, we connect with our bond, and we just love on each other because, you know what I'm saying?
That's what it's about. I mean, hey, we are discussing this on a podcast called Auntie Season. I mean, come on,
Right.
we about the sisterhood and the love. So yeah, that makes perfectly good sense to me. So I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
mean,
usually I really don't celebrate really
hmm
the last few years. When I was younger, my dad made it he always celebrated the ladies, so we always got, some jewelry, some flowers, some chocolate. It's not, so I still have those pieces of jewelry with me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and you have the I
made it
say
special.
you have the memories I said in the high standard. So
Yes.
that's a great Valentine's Day story. That's the
Mhm.
that's the best one. Okay, so now you talked about all that good love because that's what we just basically talked about is good love, loving your friends and your loved ones, and
Right.
then your parents making holidays special. And I really do like that shout out because sometimes little traditions that your family have for you really
Mhm.
Mother's Day. My mom always gives me something for Mother's Day because she's like,
Yes,
"You're the reason why I'm a mom." I'm like, "Girl, come through with those facts." So, so yeah,
exactly.
so okay, I am here for the Valentine's Day love. Now, now that part is out the way. I think we better go on and get into this because there was a reason. There was a reason why I had that title. The first thing, though, to start us off, I have a rebuttal because a couple of weeks ago we had an episode where everyone who's been listening this year knows that I've become obsessed with the "Am I the a hole"
Mhm.
on that other platform. It's great though, Reddit. And
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, should we ain't sponsored by you, Reddit. We ain't sponsored by you yet, but go ahead." Mhm.
okay, so we had the whole questions back and forth, and then someone actually reached out to us that listened to the podcast. Shout out to you, family that's listening out here, showing us love, part of the conversation. Uh, and they gave us a crazy scenario, about their spouse not telling them that that they were in jeopardy security wise and having to hear it at a party and being kind of upset about it, and were they in the wrong?
Mhm.
Well, like I said, a male listener reached out to me with an interesting perspective, and I want to
Huh.
give it to you. I want to give it to you, Monica, because I was like, "What?" And that's why that little blurb was titled "Jerk," because I knew I would never forget. I was like, "Really?" I said, "Oh no, that's hateful." And so the theory was sometimes you don't tell your partner so that they can continue to move the way they need to. There's no reason to scare them or get them worried about something that you don't think is really serious. And they use the example of they say, "Yeah, because I was out in the backyard and I saw I saw a snake out there." They said, "But I wasn't telling nobody in the house, or those people would never have come outside again." So they were like, "I just decided to keep it to myself." And
A
"No,
snake
you."
is different from a criminal trying to break into your house.
And no, but he said the same logic. Says sometimes you just don't get the people hyped up. It's just not worth it.
I have a story to tell about a snake. I was down south
Mm,
at one of our homes in the family homes, and I
mm,
had a friend down there. And this was years ago.
mm,
Uh, you know what? Actually, he did tell me afterwards. He didn't tell me in process. I got in the house. It was dark, but
mm.
they had found there was a black snake out there. I'm glad I didn't see it. I probably would have freaked out too. And so they actually had a firearm on them, and
Mm.
they took care of it. But then later on, come to find out, my grandmother was like, "Oh, that snake's been there for years."
Uh,
I was like, "Shh."
Girl, I said, "Don't even play with me." That's why I said. So that's why the brother said. He said, "No." He said, "I didn't tell her because he said they never come back outside
Right.
again." And I was like, "Oh, that is." I said, "That's ridiculous." I said, "That's foul." I said, "Your lady needs to be personally offended because, like, that's to me, that's just the same as a robber. What are you talking about?" I said, the robber, please, the robber is a man. I got that. Okay, I don't
Right.
want these creatures now. No, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Uh,
No, thank you. So anyway, that was the rebuttal. That was a follow up from a male listener, male perspective. I just had to
right.
put it out there.
Well,
Not that we agreed.
I do got some recommendations though. If you need some security setup, I actually got some recommendations of some spyware inconspicuous spyware you would never know. You could put it on you looking directly at the people in your house, looking at them.
That's why we said that Monica is a PI. She is a detective. Now that is what you. I cannot reiterate that enough, especially to some of these people who want to play in your face,
Look,
Monica.
yep.
She is a detective. She is a detective. It's not just a gift. It's not just something that we say.
It was a recommendation I got from a friend. I'm gonna link the
Hmm.
website on our episode so y'all can,
That
have at it.
super that super sleuth type stuff. Girl, I had a camera just bold, big out front in the living room. I remember someone asked me, they were like, "Is that camera on?" And granted, it really wasn't on. I just I mean, because I needed the chart, whatever.
Right.
but they were like so shook, like they were so aware of it, and I was like, that makes you wonder, like what are people doing? That's why I don't like people in my space like
Exactly.
that.
Oh, and there
Mm-mm.
was another one. There's actually this keychain. It looks like a keychain alarm.
Mm,
It's actually a camera. I was like, I didn't know about that. I was like, everybody in my family and friends about to get that for Christmas.
mm. I mean, I like that. You know what? I like
Birthdays,
spy gadgets. I like being in the know. I
especially
like
when you get pulled over by police, girl.
girl for real. And unfortunately, you kind of do have to have
Right.
some evidence. But the best thing is to be covered to not get pulled over. If you can avoid that, that's what you want to avoid. But okay, I'm
Mhm.
here for it. So that was that. Okay, so then going on with the jerk category, I know we had a few more scenarios.
Mhm.
I mean, you did because I know one of those we were gonna kind of mention was playing house, right?
Yes, let's play house. Snoop Dogg, the Dog Pound.
Yeah, but okay,
Okay.
yeah. And by playing house, I meant like when Valentine's Day is on a Tuesday, as it is this year.
Going up
Yep.
on a Tuesday.
So when do you celebrate? Like I'm of the mind that you celebrate on the day, right? So if Valentine's Day is on the 14th, it's on a Tuesday, we have to live with it and just make it happen on the Tuesday because Valentine's Day is not a significant of enough holiday for me to be like, oh, we got to celebrate that weekend before. Like you're not going to hog up the 11th and the Super Bowl day, the 12th for me on some Valentine's Day tip. But what you
Well,
think about it, Monica?
well, you know what? It depends if you're single, married, divorced, or dating multiple people.
Mm, a
So
roster.
a roster, yes, a roster. So somebody actually might want to start celebrating the weekend before, so like that Friday to Saturday, and then they
Hmm.
got Saturday to Sunday. They take
Hmm.
Sunday off,
Hmm.
and then they go back at it, Monday to Tuesday, and then maybe Tuesday to Wednesday. I mean, just depending on how your life is set up, some people might be, doing it like that.
That's 3 to 4, but who gets the real day then?
I mean, your main one.
And wait, and then how do you explain away the weekend?
Some people don't explain. Some people just stop
Ghosts.
answering texts and calls, and
Oh,
you
they
be
do the
like,
slow fade. They do the slow fade.
Casper.
So if you get slow faded on the Saturday or the Friday before Valentine's Day, you know that you're not the one.
I mean, they might start slow fading it the midweek right now.
Okay. Well, that's that's how it be. You said you're gonna get the slow fade a couple days early. I believe in it because see, you mentioned in the slow fade I've heard of the argument the week before. So before Valentine's Day comes, so
Oh
like it's
yeah, they
on
get in an
Tuesday.
argument.
Yeah, honey, you guys have already started beefing by the
Mm-hmm.
4th, no later than the 7th.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really trifling with it and you just want to be up in your boo's face though, but you know that by that Friday night, so you can go to your roster of people, you need to start a little bit of mess on the 10th, and then be kind of iffy on the 13th. Stay mad through the 15th if you can make it work. You know?
Well, Beyonce's song "Cuff It" is only gonna get played until probably the end of February because spring coming around. Not
Hmm.
too, the cuffing season is about to end.
Amen. And it's so crazy to me that cuffing season actually goes through Valentine's Day because I'm like, really? That's such a kind of relationship that's just for a season. It's a seasonal relationship, and
Mhm.
unfortunately it's a seasonal relationship that's in a lot of gifting hotspots. So i
Exactly.
guess i guess i
But
guess
let me
that's
rewind it back when you said who actually gets the day, the V Day, the
hmm
14th. The person that is showing the reciprocity and consistency for me, and that that has been an established pattern and communicated, so we have some type of precedent set in regards to that. If that everybody else get whatever day is left over.
oh, okay, well that's a nice intelligent answer. I was just thinking about the person that you have to shack up, live with, or who knows where you live. If I get the if I get the prime day, you know but yeah,
Well,
I like your
again, because
answer
I guess
better.
again that depends on, I guess, if you single, married, divorced, or dating multiple people.
If you're out here in these streets. Okay. All right. Well, that is a great way. Okay. Monica,
Mhm.
I'm here for it.
But I'm not trying to figure out where everybody's head is. I don't get paid to do that. I'm not a psychologist or a therapist.
Hmm. That's true, but we're pretty good at looking. But we are aunties, so that means that we do have a lot of opinion on some tea.
I mean, we got a lot of experience and wisdom too.
Yes, thank you. And I, like I said, a lot of opinions on some tea.
You
Now,
know.
I you mentioned really quickly, so I want to bring it back to your attention quickly to me in a sidebar because you know we love a good sidebar about fans only and fetishes, Monica. And I was like, what's that gonna be about? What's up with that, ma'am?
Oh,
Is that
I was having,
love? Is that
no,
Valentine's Day? Is that football? What is
no,
that?
I was having some side conversation. People bringing up making some extra money, and I'm like, I mean, fans only. Ain't nobody really got to know it's you. I mean, people got foot fetishes. Like, there was a story like years ago. This guy working security in the apartments I used to work at.
Hmm.
Not work at, I used to live at, and we had exchanged numbers. My mother's always trying to hook me up with somebody, and
Shout out to Mama Monica. Hey, yeah.
exchanged emails, and we had communicated. But then it started to get weird. He started to ask me like what size shoe I wore and what type of brands of shoes that I liked, and had me ask me for pictures of my feet, and I was
Oh.
like, this was before fans only. So, girl, if
Mm.
I had known then what I know
Well, no,
now.
now, girl, you would have said, go ahead and cash at me, and let me see these photos of these pictures. So basically, Monica, you were giving people suggestions on how to raise money for Valentine's Day. You said so you can get that to help with that 29 point whatever $1 billion. You need to get
I
you a
mean,
job.
you could raise money for whatever. It don't even have to be for Valentine's Day. Whatever you need it for. I'm just saying, there are multiple, a plethora, 50, 11 ways to make money out here.
Yeah, and fans only. That could be it. But I do meet a lot of people that have foot fetishes, and thankfully, I have a high arch, and I love my feet. That's I'm not saying that you can find me on fans only. just say, I'm just saying, huh? For the late night conversation. I might have a fetish or two story, but we not ready for all that tonight.
Mm.
I don't know if people been drink. I don't know what libation people are sipping on. I had a hot toddy because right now it's still cold. I need the tea. I need the things that warm up my body, and I said toddy, so that means it's grown.
Girl, that
Kind of
sounds good.
naughty.
I probably
Mm-hmm.
should have crack open this bottle of mezcal that I brought back from
Mm,
Mexico. But
arriba, arriba. I like it.
yeah,
Yes.
you know what? We do have some other Valentine Day stories that, that we need to get into.
Okay, well, girl, I mean, Miss Thang, please tell me what was your
Go ahead.
favorite? What was your top Valentine's Day?
No, because like one of my girlfriends, I was like, you never know who we gonna meet, when we go out,
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, actually, when I think about it, I was like, hold up, I actually do have a Valentine's story.
Hmm.
Literally
Mm.
10 years ago, I went out to like a lounge bar in Renton 2 here. That's the artist's name. He is an established artist. Noel Gordine. He's like neo soul.
Mm-hmm.
And I had went because one of my friends, she's like my little sister, was like opening for him.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my other girlfriends, her husband is a videographer in media, and he was doing some taping and stuff. So they were like, "Come on
So
out,"
your people were there. So
Yeah,
your people invited you out.
yeah. They were
Okay, we
like,
following you.
Get out. Come on, get out." Because this was after, I was already single then, and so
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Let me just get dressed up and go out there," and I was looking cute.
You were emancipated, girl. And freedom feels good. That's what you were letting
Okay.
people know.
And I wasn't
Freedom.
and the thing was, like, I didn't have it in my mind, like, "Oh, I wanna meet somebody or I need to meet somebody." I was just like, "Let me just get out the house because I love music," and I was like, "Let me get dressed. I ain't doing nothing. Let me just go." I
Mm-hmm.
went out there, and, the artist, Noel, uh, fabulous singer,
Mm-hmm.
and his manager was there with him, and, his manager, made his way to me and introduced himself like a gentleman, and um, he was older. He was like 10 years my senior.
Mm.
and
No, I like a seasoned man, girl. I'm very interested. I like him seasoned. What
easy
else?
easy on the eyes.
Hmm.
We had went out a couple times, and then but I met on Valentine's Day, and we stayed in touch, and
Mm.
it was one of those, it wasn't anything serious, but it was a nice February to spring, almost summer,
Fling.
fling.
Oh
I got to
my.
visit, California, Santa Monica, and Pacific Coast Highway, and had a good old time, and got flowers sent to my house for my birthday on my doorstep.
Oh, so like the young kids will say you got flued out somewhere and
Yes, I literally did.
so I just want I've been waiting to use that because it's such bad grammar. It sounds terrible, but I love it. So you got flued out.
I
So it's
did.
yeah, someone flued you out. You
Hmm.
you basically you went under. Oh, that's not, honey. I like a good now. See, that's one thing we want to encourage people. Don't be afraid to have a good romance. Everything is not going to be marriage, but some things will be a good experience. Everything doesn't
Right.
have to be traumatic. I
It
remember my
don't have
mom
to
telling me
be
once, just
long
because you
term.
go to dinner, yeah, just because you go to dinner don't mean you're marrying somebody. Because
Exactly.
sometimes you're like, I don't want to go out with him. I mean, you don't have anything to lose if you're not, if you feel safe and feel comfortable. Like if your hangups are, I don't want to. You don't know what that person's gonna be like. Go
Right.
out, give them a try. It's just dinner. It ain't marriage. It ain't nothing. Be safe.
No.
Have your safe words. Have your
Right.
backup code. Have your text message ready when you go to the bathroom, so your girl can call you back in 5 minutes when you get to like we got an escape plan. The
Yeah.
aunties, we're good for an escape plan, but give it a try.
Right. And there was
Stretch yourself.
it was no crazy like disconnection or bad. Like, I mean, if I, like, we still in touch, we're cool, we're friends, So, you know, you never
Mm.
know.
Okay, well, okay, well, see, I like that. Now you got me thinking. I like that. I ever have? I mean, I already told you about my Galentine's, and that was
It never rains in
popping.
Southern California, so hey.
I'm like, girl, as I said, you had a good Valentine's Day adventure. I mean, I've had some, typical Valentine's days. And yeah,
Uh-huh.
they've been cool. You go out to the restaurant on the day, and like I already said, I believe in celebrating on the day. So you kind of got me thinking about another scenario that Monica to just jump out and bring to the table.
What's that?
What about your exes? What if your ex decides to do something really nice for you around Valentine's Day, but you guys are not together and you guys are not trying to cross that line? There's no lines being crossed, but it's like they know your love language is acts of service, and they start breaking you off with some services that you need. Like I'll say, for example, if you needed your house power washed, they power wash your house for you. If you needed your just
Your
whatever.
my car detailed. Hint,
Yeah,
hint.
yes, yeah, your garage straightened out, whatever's on your honeydew list, right? If
Right.
your ex does that for you, and you know that they got a woman or exes or babies mamas themselves, but they spend the time taking care of you, is that a good Valentine's Day gift? Does that make you get in your feelings? Oh, how do you feel about that?
I think it does reignite. It might trigger some feelings. Can I accept the gift without the anticipation that it might, explore those
Spark, yeah,
feelings or
yeah,
spark?
reignite them.
I
Yeah.
really have to sit with myself and make sure, do I really want to accept these offerings?
Mm. Okay, see, Monique, that's what I said. You're always enlightened. Honey, I'm like, you gonna do some work. I love it, honey. No, we don't have to do nothing. Well, I don't have to do nothing either. I mean, I don't
Right.
have to put on I don't have to shave nowhere. I don't put on no sexy nothing. You just doing it because you my peoples. I love it, honey.
Well, on top of
That's why I
that,
call that's called healthy friendships. That's how to turn your
that
ex
too.
into your best friend, into your friend.
But
Like it don't
it
have to be
also
weird. You know
depends.
that person.
It also depends on which ex.
Mm. Well,
It can't just be any ex. Like,
hmm. It can't be that one that broke your heart and had you like eating ice cream and you can't look at their pictures and all your girls. We all know the story. Like not that that's you, but I mean it can't be that serious love. Is that what you're telling me? Like or can it be that serious love? Like who is and when you say that, what kind of ex are you talking about?
Well, it definitely ain't I don't even wanna go there. It definitely it ain't an ex-boyfriend. An ex-boyfriend would probably be I would probably allow, but if it was like the ex
Husband or something, someone you had
nah.
what is it? You call it a covenant. I girl, I love. Do you know that I just walk around sometimes now? Just I just be like, no, it was a covenant relationship. That's how you know. That's my new sign for marriage. I love it. So it was a covenant, not a covenant partnership. You would not be excited to have your covenant partner be, well, I don't know, because I feel like in some people's relationships, that's who do it. But I guess there are people who have kids, or it's a different kind of thing. Like you guys are still
Yeah, I
family.
have no
Yeah.
ties.
Yeah, and that's why I said, like, Maya, look at me, like, Maya, you don't share no kids or no mutual friends. That person is just being a good friend because you guys got history and there's love there. But there's not necessarily like, I'm across that line, love, but there is love.
Mm-mm.
Now, I don't know if the people that the person deals with, because they may have a roster, but you don't have nothing to do with their roster. You don't have nothing to do with their roster.
Mm-mm.
That's
No.
not your business. You're not asking about the roster. You ain't trying to look at no phones. You ain't getting
That's what
jealous. You ain't
Tabitha Brown
worried.
said. It ain't none of my business.
None. None. Okay, but
Have
so
yourself a good day.
okay, so you said you would not be able to accept the work.
No.
And Mila said, "Come through with this work." I said, and there's no strings or flings attached to it. Come through with this work.
Like I
Let
said, it
let
just
him use
depends.
you.
It
Let
just
him use you.
depends. It just depends. It just depends.
Girl, no, they used to say it in church like that. Let him use you. Let him use you. That's why I said that's when you got used by the Lord, because you didn't come through and
Yeah,
did
but
nine
what
out
was
of
that?
10
What was the
things.
other Bible verse you said earlier? Sidebar. What was the other one?
Oh, it
Not
was
going
like
back
a
to your
fool to
vomit.
folly. Yes, it's like a fool to folly and a dog to vomit. That's why I don't do the circle backs with X's. I try not to. And I tell you, the only time I've ever done circle backs with X's are with Libra men. Cause see, I've had Aries that have tried it, and I'm like, no, we too fire, and I'm too water and earth, and we'd be a mess. The whole earth would be on fire. But but I've tried to circle back with a Libra, and I'm gonna tell you, I circle back with this brother so much, so much, and I'm like, this is redundant. We circling back like every year. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Like a hula hoop.
yes, I was like, this is ignorant. But I did think of that scripture though, and then that helped me be able to finally make my final split, because I don't like the roller. I don't like that merry-go-round. I don't want to go round and round and round and round. I don't want to.
Emotional roller coaster.
None of that, girl. I don't ride roller coasters. I don't need the thrills and the chills and the ups and downs and the almost oops. That's not how Mila like to do it. So, yeah. That's my thing on that. Yeah, that was a sidebar scripture. It was from the Proverbs, honey. Don't a dog to his vomit. That's when I was like, oops, nope, a fool to folly. Nope. So I guess that means I can't get back with you. Boo. Sorry.
It would have to be in another dimension, another Earth, because it ain't gonna be in this reality.
Or you're gonna have to bring out some Erica Badu. Oh, what am I supposed to
Supposed to
do?
do when I
Yeah.
want you in the
Yeah.
world.
I'll see you next lifetime, brother.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, Monica, like I said, I love talking about love and relationships with you. The
Love
girl
and
that cracked me up.
happiness.
Okay, wait, but I know we're almost wrapping it up, but just one more. One more, because I had to look at.
You pull something from.
Yes, yes, of course I had to, girl. I had to. But this scenario, I'm gonna try to keep it quick, because I read through the whole thing, and I had mixed feelings. I had mixed feelings, but I definitely have feelings about it. So the scenario is this: Dad, I'm paraphrasing. Dad wants to know, is he the a-hole because he promised his daughters, or he promised one of his daughter in particular, but he has two daughters, that he would pay for their wedding, like when they got married, he would pay for it.
Hmm.
And now he is newly remarried to a younger woman that's only 2 years older than his oldest daughter. So his daughters are 30 and 32, and his wife is 34, and he's almost 60. And he's saying that now he doesn't want to pay for it because his daughters were upset, They didn't attend his wedding, but of course he got married within a year or two of divorcing their mother. So sometimes people are in their feelings. But he was wondering, is he the a-hole because he doesn't want to pay for it? Of course, his new wife says they disrespect her, and he doesn't feel like he needs to take care of them because they're adults and all this other shenanigans. But what is your opinion on that? Is he the a-hole?
Yeah, Dad, you a a-hole. I know everybody want to live your life,
Mhm,
but really, like you got this. Men need to sometimes y'all men need to take a seat. You got divorced from your wife. You got
mhm,
divorced from one chick, and then you
mhm,
marry another chick later. Nah, you was already seeing that chick. If that's within a year's time, and
mhm.
then
It's
on top of
it's
that,
problematic. It's problematic.
it's
I'm with you.
problematic. And then on top of that, the heifer is only 2 years older than me, or 2 years
Mm,
younger than me.
yes, girl. 2 years older. The wife is the oldest because she is 34, but his daughters are 30 and 32. Yes, girl.
And then you're mad
Problem.
because I didn't come to the wedding. Like I barely know the chick.
Girl, and she's my homegirl's age. But see though, the also the other side note is because I always have to add a little something. He said he was displeased because they had asked him to attend the wedding. I guess this is the second daughter who's getting married, but I guess the first daughter had gotten married soon after the divorce, and they just asked, please don't invite your new wife because we don't want to upset our mother. And he kind of got like in his feelings, like, you're gonna accept Claire, because honey, he put her name out there, like, you're gonna accept Claire. I'm like, oh, okay, are we really? I wanted to be like, Dad, have several seats. I'm not choosing my mom over your new woman. And I think your new woman should take that time to go out with her girlfriends or her family and have a day, because it's just an event. It's just a few hours, but it means something for our family, and it's a special memory for me. I hate when, you get those "Am I the a-holes?" and the men are trying to justify it, and they're asking their new wives, and their new wives are acting like the wicked stepmothers. I just want to encourage people to not be wicked stepmothers. Get over your
Yeah, I
feelings.
was going to say, yeah, that new wife, she needs to be a little bit more empathetic and take a seat.
Hmm.
Also,
Yeah.
you jumping into this family, girl, and I mean, that's your peer. That ain't your daughter.
Thank you. And thank exactly. And you willing to cause another woman to not have the day that she deserves just because you want to be attached to her dad. You're gonna be married hopefully to this man
Yeah, it's
for
not
the
like he
next,
has to
yeah.
stay the whole time. He could just stay there for the vows and then
Yeah.
bounce.
Yeah, he can walk it like you're not gonna, you're denying him the opportunity to walk his daughter down the aisle. I mean, some girls won't don't have that opportunity. That would be so special. Like I would, you know, I understand problematic situations, because actually that it's funny that this is am I the a-hole, because I was in a very similar situation and I did not attend my dad's. I did not agree with that shenanigans, and I
Hmm.
was right. I mean, because I wasn't just being a jerk to my dad. I didn't
Right.
agree with it, and I was right for the reasons I didn't agree with it. And I would rather have not been proven right than my dad to have his little feelings hurt. But the reality is, sometimes people feel, but he didn't marry no he wasn't married no girl 2 years older than me. No, Lord. I mean, this was a full grown woman. This is a long, 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 many years ago, and this was other stuff. But I do understand sometimes children take the position, that I don't want to sanctify that yet, or acknowledge that, or support that right now. It might take me a little bit longer. Dad, you're in love with that person because that's your person.
Right.
But for me, I need a whole like 2 years. I'm gonna need to see how she treats you. I'm gonna need to really see how she treats me
Well,
before
first
and
you gotta
after.
grieve
Yeah.
the loss of your parents' relationship.
Girl, see, you speaking like you speaking from experience, like you understand what that's
I
about. Yeah.
do,
Hmm.
yes.
Yeah. So be easy on people. So
And
don't be
then
in
on
your
top of
feelings.
that, I'm not. I mean, people can live, love, and marry who they want to, but
Hmm.
I mean, girl, I need you to think your life. He's 60 and you 30. Like, I feel there's like just a tad bit of daddy issues right there. I don't. It just. I just.
Girl, I'm just agreeing with you. That's what they do in
What is that? What is
church.
that? December, July, a December, July relationship?
No,
Is that
May
what they
it's
call it?
May. No, May December.
Okay, May,
It's May
December. Mhm.
December. I felt you. Yeah, where it's too old. I like you where you said daddy issues. That's why we tell everybody go see a therapist, honey. Therapy is the best thing you're gonna do for yourself. It will be even 1 or 2 sessions. It will be.
Just want you to really explore. Not saying there can't be love there, but it's just
Mhm.
this is a lot of years. It's just a
It is
lot
a
of
lot of different,
it's
believe
not
me,
not
I've
years,
tried it.
decades.
I've tried it. I mean, and
Decades.
there are reasons, I could definitely on a whole 'nother show, we'll go on
Mhm.
all the reasons why I think it's great to be an old man's sweetheart versus a young man's fool, but this
Sugar
is
daddy.
yeah, no, no, not always, but
Okay.
there is an amount of wisdom. I mean,
Right.
and there is a stability that comes with a I mean, if you with an older man that's not stable, what is wrong with you? I mean, because hopefully, the person that you're with has some characteristics or some traits that are admirable,
And life
um,
insurance.
and things that yeah, see, well, that I mean, yes, take care of the life insurance,
But
of course.
that's for all ages. I don't care.
Amen. Girl, you know what? I'm not gonna even go there because that makes my heart hurt. Yes, because everyone needs to look out for your future. I mean, we're gonna be
Right.
talking about that a lot this year. I think that, this is still love, this is still football, but this is a great sidebar because we do want people to be thinking about it. I mean, we got out of some crazy years with that pandemic, people
Mhm.
lost but hey, you think about it. Now that you're getting the light of the newness and spring is gonna be in the air and it's just around the corner, you start thinking about securing what your future looks like,
Exactly.
not only for yourself, for your loved ones, because this is a
Mhm.
sidebar. I was speaking to someone about just how to have a great co-parenting relationship because they had multiple children's mothers, not a lot, but they have two. And I was just reminding that because they were talking because I did say, I said, do you have a plan? Like, do you have like a will set up? Do you have like your
Uh,
how do you know how
Trust,
yeah, how are you gonna
LLC.
secure the kids? So they were telling me, oh, well, I got to get this baby's mom involved, and I said, no, no, that's why you
No,
go to an
no.
attorney. It's for your children. It's not
Right.
for the other lady. It's not for the ladies. It's not
No.
about them. It's about your children, your heirs, the things
They
that are
well,
important to you.
yeah,
Yeah, because I said death.
they missed that boat because they're not
They're not with you.
contractually
Yeah.
binded.
Yeah, and I said, because the thing is, I said, death does not bring out the best in people. I said,
Nope.
that's when you see that there ain't no love in the heart of the city. Okay, people who you're like, that person would never turn. Oh, they done turned on you fast, quick. They got the knife in their hand and they stabbing you in your chest. They ain't even taking the time to stab you in your back. What's the point?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's how ruthless and that's how sad sometimes mourning and loss can make people act. Because it's not sometimes so much about the things. People just hold on to the things because they're mourning and they're just upset and then they're jealous because they're not going to have time. They won't
Right.
get these relationship with that person. They don't want you to have more than they didn't have. So it's a whole bunch, there's a whole
Mhm.
psychology to it. And that's why I said, no, do your family a solid. Hear us, people. Do your family a solid and get your affairs
Here's in
together.
order.
It just makes it easier. I mean, because don't say, "Oh no, my oldest will take care of everybody." Don't assume. Don't assume
No.
because you don't. Because what if your oldest was dating someone? They're in their ear now when you go, and
Mhm.
maybe they think, well, you did take care of that parent or you did do that. You're entitled to. No, just go ahead and make it so that no one has. They don't even have to think
Right.
about it. It's not even something that they're fighting, worried, concerned about. That's the greatest gift you can give your loved ones is having your stuff together.
That could
Period.
be a good Valentine's gift.
That's honey, that's the best. Girl, we already talked about it. Getting one of those little pre-made kits. I don't want to shout out anybody because, like you said, we're not sponsored by those people yet. But getting one of those pre-made, like will trust, power of attorney, medical directive. Getting
Right.
one of those little kits and getting it notarized,
Power
even
of
because
attorney, gift certificate, make the
that
appointment.
that's that 175 right there or less, right? and
Right.
then and then you have your future taken care of. Then it doesn't matter. Then you can go out and fall in love with trickster and hipster and whoever you want to, and it won't matter because certain things will already be protected and established for your
Exactly.
family. So sidebar, but it was a great sidebar on that one.
Right. Use the
Yeah.
175 instead of on,
Hmm.
food and BS.
Really show them you love them, honey. That's how you're
Yeah.
gonna show me you love me. Should secure my inheritance, secure your love for me,
What if
please, please.
that's what Tiffany Haddish said. She said, I don't want no diamond ring. Go get me that apartment complex. Go get me out. She said that's what she said. She said, I don't want carrots. I want 42 units. Okay.
Honey, because she says you'll have some residual income, honey. You said you've all of a sudden set me up where I have future earnings.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna double down on that because then you better make sure you have maintenance living on there too. Because when I hear 42 units, I'm like, oh, that's a lot of upkeep. That's having to deal with tenants. Have your mind ready. Have your mind ready for
Well,
that
no,
blessing.
obviously you're gonna have all that to come together. Yeah, I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not dealing with 42 units. I just need you to put
Mm-mm.
it in my name.
Say it. Say my name. Say my name.
The only time you're gonna see
Girl.
me come around there is to pick up some checks.
Girl.
Or actually, I don't even need to pick up no checks because everything will be digital. Like, no.
Girl, see you making me happy, honey. The old people say used to rock in they seat, girl. I'm rocking in my seat now, girl. You get,
That's
ooh,
what she
girl. Let
said. I
them
don't
use
want
you.
20. She
Let them
said, what
use
can
you.
you do with 28 carats besides look at it? And I was like, you know what? She telling the truth.
She is, but I'm not gonna pass up those units or those carrots. I'm just saying, I don't. That's a lot of work, but
The
I'm not gonna
42
pass up.
units will pay for the carrots and then some and travel. Like, yo.
Yeah, I like that, but I want to have both. Amen. No, I just had to put it out there like that, girl. But all right, so wait, as we wrap up this whole love and football edition, Monica, what is our business of the week? I know you always have something good for us. I'm so excited to learn about this business.
Oh, I thought I did. Well, you know what? I am going to say
Mm.
I had, I'll just go ahead and say Communion Restaurant in
Mm.
South Seattle is one
Mhm.
of the premier restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. And they are becoming nationally acclaimed, if not on the way to internationally acclaimed.
Oh, ooh la la. And I know that it is there's some melanin up in that mix. So you're saying
Yes,
communion. Is that a nice place to go for Valentine's Day or for that weekend brunch with
it
one of your
is.
roster?
It
Okay,
is.
be there on Saturday for your roster or be there Sunday before the game starts.
Oh, Sundays they don't do brunch on Sundays anymore. So they switched it down to just is dinner on Sundays, but Sunday dinner, family style.
Oh, okay. Oh well, that's
Yeah,
nice. So no, maybe go the night before, then on Saturday with your new boo. But I've heard
exactly.
good things. I've heard good things about communion, so I like that. That is a good shout out. I know you were telling me something. The chef, somebody you were really shouting out communion a couple like last year. So I'm really excited about that. So I know
Mhm.
you'll have a link and more information about that. I mean, if you know something good that we should try or should know about, you know how to get in touch with us. You can send us a message. You can DM us. Please, play, like, share, do all the things that.
Email.
Thank you.
Yep.
Go- I was like, no, because Monica, you be reminding the people. It'd be different if you didn't tell the people how they could get in contact with us and interact with us
Exactly.
but you let them know, so don't act like, oh, I was going to tell them, or they should talk about this or they should do that, because you have an opportunity to get in on the conversation. Oh, we make it easy. You can also leave us a voice. What did you say before, Monica?
A voicemail, voice
Mm-hmm.
message through the
Mm-hmm.
the Anchor website. Yes, we are here.
Mm-hmm. Well, we are here and we are ready. So with that, nothing but love and peace of mind for you this week.
Love and happiness.
Mhm. Mm, 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 mm. That sounds good to me. Monica, where can they find us again?
They can find us on Anchor, Spotify, and now iTunes.
Mm,
And please like, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment. You can shoot us an email or a voice message if you'd
mhm,
like.
mhm.
And with all that, love and gratitude.
Remember to call your aunties or your girlfriends and say hi. Bye.